If I give you my girl's number, can you call her for me, man? I don't got no more money on the phone. I need to talk to my boo. Hey, how you doing, baby? No. That was my partner. That was my partner Earl. You see what I'm saying? I ain't had no money on the phone, so he made a call for me. I wouldn't just give your number out to anybody. That's my partner. That's my closest. That's my ride or die. That's my partner. When I see you made parole, man, I'ma miss you, man. But at the same time, man, I'm happy you able to go home to your family, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get up with you in about 18 months. I made parole, man. Guess what? I ain't gonna say nothing to my baby. I'm gonna just surprise her and the kids. Get them a couple gifts. I got some money saved up. I'm going home to my family, my baby. Yes! Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kens TV, in the house like motherfucking kitchen sinks. You know, the thing about prison, man, I'm going to tell you all. Never trust a soul in prison. Never trust a soul in prison. There are some good people that you will come across in prison. It's not to say that everybody's bad. But at the same time, you don't know these individuals. You didn't grow up with these individuals. You don't really, you don't really have a full understanding of how these individuals that you may meet in prison actually operate in the real world. Because, see, you have how you act in prison, but that don't mean that you're going to act the same way in the real world. Now, the story that I bring you all this afternoon is about two prison cellies. And when I say cellies, roommates, they were in a cell, two-man cell, and they didn't know each other prior to prison, if you will. Now, as you know, if you frequent my channel, I don't do the 12, 15-minute videos, not to knock anyone that does. But they call me, well, actually, I proclaimed and I named myself Mr. 30 Minutes or Better, meaning that all my stories are 30 minutes or better. So perhaps you're on your way to work. Perhaps you're at work. Maybe you're on your way from work. You have a lengthy trip. You're traveling somewhere. Or you're trying to lay down, take a nap, go to sleep. Whatever the case may be, rock with me. So you got these two individuals that, as I mentioned, they're cellies. You got Vic and you got Earl. They cool. They program together. Programming, for you all that's never been to prison, and some people say wreck. Some people say, they bid. They bid together. Whatever the case may be. Basically, if we programming, we, in a way, doing our time together. They played chess together, or against each other, rather. They both were tall. They played basketball, gambled. Whatever, so it's programming. They ate together, spreads, fixed meals. That's called programming. Prison 101. So, you got these two individuals. They're probably about, as far as height, they're both black guys. Kind of skinny dudes, too. I would say they're both about 5'11". No, I'm just joking. They were about 6'3", both of them. They were, relatively tall, about the same height, probably weighing in at about 170, 180, somewhere right around that, range. And they were just cool dudes, man. Like, they was just cool. They were from the same hometown. They didn't really know each other, but they knew of each other. And so, when you seen Vic, you seen Earl. When you seen Earl, you seen Vic. As I mentioned, they programmed together, whatever. Both of them had, people sending them money. So, they were two individuals that didn't really have to go to the chow hall too much. Either you was going to catch them on the basketball court. One of them, I think Vic, played poker all the time. Well, they would be in their cell watching, TV. Sometimes they'd come out to the day room. The day room is like where they have a big TV on the wall, and they got the phones and a microwave and tables, dudes sitting around playing dominoes and spades and, chess, things of that nature. Like a recreational room. So the two dudes, man, you would never thought that there was ever any friction between the two. They worked out together, everything. One of them got in a fight, they both gonna fight. That's just the way that they rock, man. See what I'm saying? But they didn't really have too many issues because everybody liked Vic and Earl. They was just cool dudes. So some time goes past, a couple years goes past, and it was time for Vic to get out. Vic didn't make parole. He had to serve his entire sentence out. I don't even remember exactly what he was in there for, but Vic had to serve his sentence out. So the time came to where it's time for him to go home. Now, you could tell that Earl, that's just how it is in prison. And this ain't no funniness, no zestiness, or nothing like that. But, like, when you in prison, man, you get close to an individual. And like, because you spend, especially, like, when you all in a cell together or you sleep, close to that person. When I say sleep close to that person, meaning, like, if you're in a dorm with that person, like an army barracks or whatever, you get close to this individual, man. Y'all done kicked it. Y'all done talked. Y'all done, and like I said, there ain't no funniness. Ain't no funny stuff about, what I'm saying right here. And so you got one going home, Earl's going home, Vic's happy for him, but at the same time it's like, man, you took my dog's leaving, damn, I miss my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you genuinely feel. You so happy that he's going to the streets, but it's like, man, I'm still here. I still got another 18 months before I go home. And this is the person that I'm used to, programming with, if you will. But it's part of it. It's part of prison or whatever. Earl goes home. Vic's in there by himself. They move another person into his cell eventually. And, Earl's gone. Earl's keeping up with Vic. Now, when I say he's keeping up with Vic, he's sending him letters. He's hitting him on the, the letters or whatever. Well, I just clearly said that. But he's sending him money orders. They're talking on the phone from time to time. So, they never really lost contact. But the thing about it, when you're in the free world, see, once you leave that penitentiary and you're in the free world, you're not really able to do the things that perhaps you promised. Perhaps that you thought that you'd be able to do. So when I say that you promised, maybe that wasn't the best of words to use, but it's like, okay, dog, I'm gonna hit you up every week, man. I'm gonna send you some bread. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it. But then that real life reality hits you, and you look up, and a couple months done pass by, and you ain't even talk to your dog. You ain't even, your partner. Now that never happened with me because I always kept it 100, man. I kept it a buck. Every time I got out, I sent my partners money, and I had a few, partners kept money on the phone at all times. It was money on the phone. So at the very least, if I ain't had no money to send you, you can call someone. You can reach out and have that person accept that call for you. I'll make a 3-way call for you. I'll send a message for you, whatever. I'm going to do whatever I can do for my partners. I never forgot about them, man. And so, as time goes on, like I said, they would talk and talk, but they weren't talking nearly as much. The 18 months passes. Vic goes up for parole. He makes parole. Now, when he makes parole, he never says a word. He doesn't tell anybody. So let me give you all the, I need to paint this picture for you so you'll fully understand the dynamics of this story. Vic had a girlfriend. They weren't married, but he had a girlfriend. They had 2 kids together. She never missed a visit. Every weekend she was there, Saturday and Sunday. Because you're allowed to have visits from 9 to 3 on Saturdays, 9 to 3 on Sundays. Y'all rock with me now. Paint the picture for you all that's never been to prison. I'm going to make you, we're going to go to prison. We're going to go to prison for a few minutes. Special holidays, 4th of July, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, Memorial Day, things, the major holidays, they would have visitations open. So, for instance, say Christmas was on a Wednesday. They're going to have visitations Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's just the way that the way that they did things. She never missed. Never missed a money order. Vic was able to go to the store every single week. On the fact that his girl would send him money. The money orders. $60, $70 a week. Could pick up the phone, call anytime he wanted to, within reason. He can't call 10 times a day, but he can talk to his kids. He can talk to his girl, call his moms or whatever. He can make, 5, 6 calls a day. It adds up. $2 a call, 5, 6 calls a day, it adds up. He's able to do all of these things because of his girl. When she comes to visiting, she brings quarters. In the penitentiary, you can't bring, if they catch you with real money, like dollars or anything, that's contraband. You're subject to get your visit. Well, you actually, depending on the officer, you'll get your visit terminated, and you may get your visitation privileges suspended for 90 days if they choose to do so. So you have to bring quarters. You can bring as many quarters as you want. They say $20, but you can bring as many quarters as you want. And it has to be in like a Ziploc bag. So when you bring the quarters, what you want to eat, baby? Let me get one of them motherfucking cheeseburgers. Let me get a Mountain Dew. And let me get a pizza. And give me a honey bun. Whatever you want. Then the kids are going to want something. Then she might want something. So, it adds up pretty quickly. She did all of that. Wrote him letters a couple times a week. He's getting letters from her. Anytime he called her, she's picking up the phone. It was a beautiful thing. Now, real Kens, how can it be a beautiful thing because he's in prison? You're right. You're right. But it was a beautiful thing considering the circumstances that, was in front of them. If that makes any sense. She made his bid, his time that he was doing as comfortable as it could be. You couldn't ask for anything more from a woman that's out here taking care of your 2 kids while you're in prison and keeping it real with you. Well, when Earl was incarcerated, his people, they sent him money, but it was more so from his family, his parents and things. He didn't really have a relationship. He didn't have a true love. See, his true love walked out on him. She was blowing in the wind eventually. Yeah, she was there initially, the first year or so. She was there. She couldn't do it anymore. She didn't even give him the decency, the respect or what have you to tell him. She was just gone, just blowing in the wind. Just one day, just was out. I can't do it. And that happens so often, but everybody loves a winner, but who loves you when you're not winning? That's just what it is. That's not a victim statement. That's just what life is truly, truly about. Who loves you when you're losing, when you're not winning? But at any rate, Earl is out on the streets. He's working. He's doing well. He's still contacting Vic, but it's not, as often. And he doesn't know that Vic just made parole. Vic didn't say anything. He makes parole. I'm not even going to tell my baby. I'm going to just surprise her. I'm not even going to tell my baby I'm coming home. I'm going to just surprise her. Now, when you make parole, it's a process. It's not like you make parole and then you gone the next day. Not in Kentucky, anyway. I don't know how the other states operate, but in Kentucky, it's a process. Rock with me. And so, once he makes parole, he knows that it's going to be a couple weeks before he goes home. Maybe 3 weeks or so. Keeps everything the same. Wifey's still coming. Wifey's still talking, talking on the phone, what have you. Everything's still good. Well, he doesn't need his wife to come and pick him up because he told his partners that he made parole because they were going to be the ones to come and pick him up. Hey, man, I need y'all to pick me up, man. I'm going to surprise my baby. I'm home, the kids. I don't want nobody to know anything. And I'm going to just pull up one day, man. I got the flowers. I got her a little gift. She been looking out for me this whole time. He been saving his money up. Because remember I said she's sending, $60, $70 a week. But then when she gets her income taxes, she going to put $1,000 on his books or whatever. So he's living pretty well in prison. But he had, Vic was smart with his money. Plus he had a job on the outside of prison. Well, it's like the outside of the fence of the prison where he was like mowing the lawns and weed eating and things of that nature. So he was already making like $150 a month plus the money that he was receiving from her. So, and other family members and friends were sending money. So he's stacking money up. He got a couple racks, a couple $1,000, probably $3,000 actually, saved up on his books. So when he comes home, get my baby some flowers, get her a little gift, a token of appreciation or what have you. I'm home, baby. I'm home. Got the kids something, It was his plans. So he has his partner come pick him up. They go to the store or what have you. He knows that there's a certain time that she gets home. He's not entertaining any other females. No other females was writing him. He wasn't trying to go see anybody. It was all about, I need to get home to my baby, to my family. So when he first got out, he got out on a Friday. So when you get out on a Friday, you may parole. Depending on what time you get out, your PO may just say, hey, you don't even got to come down here. Come and see me Monday. You ain't even got to come down here. But typically, you got to go see your PO depending on where you're at. If you're local, if you're close by, you got to go see your PO before they close. If not, come the next day. In this particular instance, like I said, the next day, business day, would have been that Monday. It's a Friday. I got all weekend with my baby. I'm home. Oh, my God. He been gone for like 4 years. Everything's all good. He goes to the house. He sees that the car is there. Everything. Okay, my baby's here, whatever. Because like I said, he had kicked it with his partners. But his partners had taken him to, get the gifts for, for the family or what have you. And then, they went to hang out a little bit. And he wasn't really worried about getting right home because he wanted to allow her ample time to get home, if you will, and get settled. He gets home, or he gets to the house. Her car's there, but he sees another car. He ain't thinking nothing. It's my baby. I ain't, nothing. He's not thinking anything about that whatsoever. When I say about that, meaning, guys, sometimes, man, we go overboard. The slightest of things is like, hold on, something ain't right. But he wasn't thinking anything like that. So he's looking around. He's like, it's probably, it may be a family member. It may, I don't know who it is, but I ain't tripping. He knocks on the door. Boom, 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 boom. But he's standing to the side, so he's not in vision to where you look out the peephole, you can see, exactly who it is. He got the flowers in his hand. He's happy. He done told his partner, go on, pull off. My baby's here. The car's here. I'm good, man. You can go on and go, man. I appreciate you. Now, his partners don't know that he had a few thousand or whatever. So they done blessed him. They done put some money in his pocket. So he's good. I don't care about no other one. I want to see my baby. Comes to the door. She has a look on her face that was like unexplainable. And then when I say she, meaning his girlfriend. He calls her wifey, but it's not legally his wife, but he calls her wifey. They've been together for 11, 12 years. What are you doing here? Baby, I made parole. Baby, I'm home. Baby, I love you. Give me a hug. I love you. So he grabs her. He's, spinning her around like you see in the movies or whatever. He's happy. He's kissing her, and she's kind of like shocked. Damn, baby, you don't miss me? I mean, no, I just didn't. I know that you didn't know I was coming home. I want to surprise you and the kids. These flowers is for you. I got you a little gift. I got the kids a couple of toys or what have you. Where my babies at? Where? My babies ain't here. Where they at? Oh, they at my mom's house there. Okay, well, that's cool. No problem. You didn't know I was coming in. But when I see a car in your driveway, whose car is that? She's a loss for words. I mean, baby, talk to me now. I trust you, but like, whose car is in the driveway? Like, I don't see anybody. He's looking around the house. He sees a pair of shoes. Ain't my shoes. Look like a size 12, 13. About the size that I wear, but those are not my shoes. What is going on? He starts to walk through the house. He goes in the back room. Guess who's in the back room? In the bed. Actually, he's in the bed, but he had started to, like, you know, to get dressed or what have you. Earl. His partner, Earl. What in the feezy? Hold up, man, hold up. No, you in here with my wife? Even though it's not his wife. You in here with my wife, dog? No, baby, it's just that, you know, I didn't know that you was coming home. Nah, forget all of that. Who cares if you didn't know? And dog, you supposed to be my mans, dog. You supposed to be my partner, man. And you in here with my wife, the mother of my kids. Nah, fam, it ain't even. Everybody says the same thing. It ain't even like it. Let me explain. Oh, no. Nah, this ain't going down. Well, being that Earl had just gotten out, he didn't have anything. Well, now I'm getting the names mixed up. I'm sorry. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to rewind this. Being that he was just getting out, he didn't have any, you know, weapons or anything like that. But nah, I'm going to the kitchen. He goes to the kitchen. He grabs a knife. He comes out. No, baby, just calm down. Just come. What is this nigga doing in his house? Who could explain it? See, let me tell you what it ended up happening. The entire time that Vic and Earl was in the cell together. Remember I said, Earl didn't really have anybody. He didn't have that love that Vic had. He had gotten the address off of Vic's mail from his girl and ended up contacting her when he got out. He had gotten the address and he knew the phone number. And the reason that he knew the phone number is because sometimes in jail, it's like, okay, hey, my dog, I don't have no more money on the phone. Can you make a call for me? Yeah. What's the number? So you type in the number, whatever. You have a collect call from, it's me, baby, an inmate, Department of Corrections. That's how the phone systems work. And so you hand the phone to, you see what I'm saying? So he would hand the phone to Vic. Earl will make the call, but he has to have the phone number to make the call. And he hand the phone to Vic, but he got this phone number in his mind. He done wrote the phone number down. Vic done told him everything about the situation, about how great of a woman that she is, how great of a mother she is, how great in bed she is. He done told Earl everything about this woman. Duly noted. Earl is duly noting everything. He's saying that she's a good woman. He's saying that the letters are coming in. So when Vic's not in the cell, guess what? He's sneaking reading the letters. He's fantasizing about this woman. But this is your dude right here. He's saying that she's coming every weekend. He's sitting in the cell playing poker, out playing basketball, whatever, wishing and hoping that was him. That had somebody, a family or what have you, that was coming to see him, but he didn't have that. But Vic did. And so all this information he was retaining, and when he got out, he knew she was weak. He knew she was vulnerable. He went to her and basically was like, you know, dude is in there and he's messing with them boys. Vic ain't never messed with no boys or anything. I never seen it. Nobody else ever seen it. It wasn't a known thing on the yard, but that's what he was saying. So instead of her going to him, telling him like, listen, man, this dude Earl, he got out, she never said a word. You know why? Because she was intrigued. She was intrigued by Earl. She enjoyed speaking with Earl. She enjoyed the company, the loneliness that she had experienced for so long, for so many years. Now she had somebody that was actually paying attention to her. Now, she was a nice looking young lady. She could have met anybody, anywhere, anytime, any day. But she remained loyal up until this point. So he has the knife. Now, he's not really trying to go after his woman, but he's trying to go after this individual that, man, I done shared cells with you, man. You was my partner, man. We programmed, we bid it together, man. And you do me like this, man. You over my girl's house? My kids? My house? Bro, I'm just saying, man, it wasn't even supposed to be that way. It's just that, man, you know, one thing led to the next, man. And, you know, she a good woman, man. And I love her. You love her? They had been messing around for like nearly a year at this point. Never would have known. Never had a clue. Think about that, fellas. You come home, you trying to surprise your woman, and you not even doing it on no trying to catch her up on anything. You trust her to the fullest, so you know I ain't got nothing to worry about. I just want to surprise my baby. She been holding me down for so long. Let me bring an abundance of happiness and joy to her life by her seeing my face live and direct, opposed to her seeing my face in the penitentiary with these penitentiary khakis on. So that was his reasoning for surprising her, not to try to catch her up in anything. He has a voice of reasoning in his mind. He decides, man, you know what, man? This ain't even worth it, man. At this point, he has a phone because, you know, his partners picked him up. They kicked it for a few hours before he even went over. So he has a phone. He calls his partner, hey, man, come get me, bro. Come get me, man, before I catch a case in this motherfucker. Earl's trying to explain, but at the same time, he's keeping his distance. He done went on and just left, man. Vic done let it go, man. He didn't put the knife down, man. How you gonna do me like this, man? Why would you do this to me, man? This was my dog. This was my best friend in prison, man. And you do me this way? Baby, I know I'm so wrong. She's crying. Baby, I know I'm so wrong. I was lonely. And he said that you was doing this in prison. And I was so hurt. And I was doing what in prison? Well, he said that you was messing with other guys in prison. And it was just my way of getting back at you. And I should have handled it, better. And I should have asked you, listen, baby. Let me tell you something, man. I've never messed with I don't care what he's saying. I ain't never messed with no dudes in no prison, and I ain't never ratted on nobody. Those are the two things that nobody will ever in life be able to truthfully accuse me of. And you laid up with this dude, man. It's much. I done talked about this dude to you. I've told you that this is my dog, man. I've told you that. And you got this dude laid up. Now, luckily for her, and for Earl, Vic wasn't really a violent type individual. See, just because you're in prison don't mean that you're violent. It just means that, perhaps you was a hustler. You was trying to get money. Some people's in prison for child support. Some people's in prison for checks or driving on suspended and get caught too many times, or DUIs, or driving with no insurance. Everybody is not about that action that's in prison. Vic was just one of them dudes, man. He gonna stand up for himself. He's a stand-up dude. If he gotta get down, he gonna get down. But he didn't really have those issues, those problems. So he was a stand-up guy. Wasn't a violent guy. So when he went and got that knife, just think if he was a violent guy. Just think if he didn't listen to that voice of reasoning. And he had that other voice on his shoulder who was like, nah, man, fuck that, man. Everybody must be unalived. You got people that are genuinely like that. It just wasn't him. It wasn't in his DNA. It wasn't what he was made up of. He's hurt. She's crying. He's crying. But hey, that's just what it was. Now, how do you bounce back from a situation like that? So I need you all to type in the comments. I need you all to really, really give your input as far as your opinion on this. Was she wrong? I mean, after all, he was the one that went to prison. He was the one that got taken away. She rode it out with him for, some years, 3.5 years, 4 years. He doesn't know ultimately what, she was guilty of, as far as, was she messing with a dude prior to that? Or was this a one and done type thing? When I say one and done, was this the only individual that she was messing with? But I guess you actually couldn't call it one and done, because he was saying he loved her. Earl was saying that he loved Vic's woman. If a woman is messing with a guy for 9 months, nearly a year, there's some feelings involved, man. There's some feelings involved. So you can't sit up here and say, oh, well, it was just a sexual thing. It was just something that it didn't mean anything. No. If you did something one time and you never seen the person again, or maybe a couple times, but it was sparingly, every couple months, and then it was just you go your way, I go my way. Okay, cool. But y'all been messing around for nearly a year. Nearly a year. Well, I'm sitting in penitentiary and never had a clue, man. Everything stayed the same. She acted the same. Just think of all the times that Vic called home and talked to his girl, and Earl was sitting right there on the couch. I know, because I've been Earl. Jody. Earl, a.k.a. Jody. I've been Jody. Sitting on the couch when the husband calls from prison, or the boyfriend calls. Well, he wants to call me back, baby. Go ahead, man. But me I've been in that situation, I back up off of her. I'm not rubbing on her and kissing on her ear and blowing in her ear and flirting with her and rubbing on her and caressing her, whatever, while she's on the phone with her dude. No, I back up. It's already bad enough that I'm there. But heck, at the time, he in prison, shoot. Is what it is. Fellas, if you want to avoid this happening to you, man, stay your ass out of prison, man. Now, I don't want to just pinpoint the fellas. It could happen to ladies just as well. But I'm just saying, more times than not, it's the fellas that end up in prison like that. There's an old saying, and I said it in one of my last videos. You can't take a woman off of dick and put on ink. Quite sure you can process that and figure that out. You can write all the letters you want, in pencil, pen, whatever. But at the end of the day, it doesn't replace you being there. And there's a time that a woman is going to get lonely. And when she gets lonely and then you all are arguing over the phone, her girl, she got the peer pressure girl, he locked up, he ain't going to know, I got a friend for you. Valentine's Day comes by, holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all of the holidays that you all used to celebrate together, guess what? You're not there now. And she needs that emptiness. There's a void it's not you. So even though it's not you, guess what? This person is filling that void. And at a particular time, some point in time rather, the feelings will develop. Don't think that your woman won't move on, dude. A lot of dudes, oh man, she ain't gonna do it to me. He ain't like me. She can get another dude. Trust me, man. She was with somebody before you, and she will be with somebody after you. So if you really care about your family, if you really care about your woman, stop doing the things that will take you away from your woman. Your woman's gonna, if she's a true woman, she's gonna rise. She's gonna do everything she can do for you. But there comes you hit a wall. There's a certain time to where she feels unappreciated. She feels, just the emptiness that she feels of not having you there, especially when you was out here doing things that you didn't have to be doing. Somebody else will catch her attention. You can tell me all day long, no, not my woman. Yes, your woman. Somebody will catch her attention. If you gone long enough. If you stressing her out. If you cussing her out. Now, Vic didn't do any of these things to his woman. Rock with me. We almost done. Earl was just a hater, man. Earl had a plan all along. He already got the phone number. He didn't keep stashed. He got the address. I guess the address didn't really mean much because he wasn't writing or anything like that. But he had that phone number. He contacted her. He threw his shot. He risked his entire relationship that he had with his cellie, with his close partner Vic. Because Vic had that woman that he wanted. All the women that's out here, you free now. You don't have to holler at somebody else's woman. There's women everywhere. You meet a woman anywhere you go. And vice versa. A woman meet a man wherever she goes. Gas station, grocery store, the gym, church, wherever, work. It's always Facebook. Social media is always an opportunity to meet somebody. But you had to have Vic's woman. Earl's very lucky that he walked out of that house that day. And to be honest, she's lucky that she was able to walk away from that situation as far as that day. Now, the situation doesn't stop here. They end up trying to work it out. Like I said, they had kids together. Bygones be bygones. We're going to try to work this thing out. But there's a whole new twist to the story. And I'm going to bring you that part 2. CELLIES. Vic and Earl, man. What did Sean Campbell say? Watch your circle. Because you never know. The circle might hurt you. Some bullshit he says like that. And the only reason that I'm quoting him because Sean Campbell stole my... He stole my rewind. He seen my video and he stole my rewind. But it's cool. If you can do something with it, that's cool. Shout out to Sean Campbell, man. Just know that I know. Real Kens TV. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And be sure to hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. Y'all stay tuned for part 2 because it's coming real soon. Pause. Double pause.